everyone, today I am going to present about the history of integrated circuits. The objective of this assignment is to study the history of IC that we use in electronics, to study what type of IC are commonly used in electronics, to determine how many generations of these integrated circuits, and to study the function of IC on the use of electronic devices. What is integrated circuit? Integrated circuits are usually called ICs or chips. It's made from silicon with small size and fast speed. An IC is a collection of electronic components such as resistors, transistors, capacitors, and other components. How the IC technology started. In 1950s, the first generation of IC. The integrated circuit was invented that is vacuum used in devices. A man called Werner Jacobi realized the limitation of vacuum tube. The vacuum tube was bulky and large in size. It made Werner Jacobi decided to design a semiconductor that operated almost the same as IC. In 1957, the second generation, Jack Kilby, has created a small ceramic wafer for each component to make all the components in an uniform size. He decided to put the semiconductor on all the same chip. In 1958, Jack Kilby signed a patent for his first working IC that made him won a Nobel Prize in year 2000, and his idea was labeled milestone by IEEE 9 years later. In 1958, the third generation, Robert Noyce, recognized the limitation on germanium used in a jet's design IC. The germanium has low melting point and its transistor has a lower tolerance for high temperature. Germanium junction has a lower forward voltage drop than silicon. Robert Noyce designed his own chip with silicon. Robert Noyce also inspired the chips by Kurt Lehowitz, also invented the p-n junction isolation. In 1971, LSI chip with 1024-bit RAM and UART were developed. This is the simple summary that we prepare on basis of chip size from 1964 until late 1980s. This is the sum of advantages of ICs. The first one is reduce the power consumption due to the small size of the IC. The size of the IC is very small, 1,000 times smaller than discrete circuits. It is because of fabrication of various circuit elements in a single chip of semiconductor material. Third, it's a fast speed ICs. That's the most important thing and the most important part in devices nowadays. Fourth, low cost because of simultaneous production of hundreds of similar circuits on a small semiconductor wafer. Next, it's highly reliable. It's easy to use due to the size. And the last one is reduce external wiring connection. This is some of the disadvantages of ICs. The first one is ICs is a component dependent. It means if IC fails, the whole IC has to be replaced by a new one. Next is limited competence. Third, it's impossible to fabricate the transformer. Fourth, unlimited power supplies, and the last one is not flexible at all. This is the importance of IC in our modern life nowadays. We usually use IC in personal computer, in cellular phone, in internet and wireless communication. Due to the small size, it's very convenient to put on all the small devices that have been created in this world nowadays, such as our phones, smartphone, our iPad and computer. I can conclude that the history of integrated circuits started from limitation of vacuum tube that has been realized by Warner Jacobi to Geoffrey-Dahmer. The Nobel websites has acknowledged that Jack Kilby and Robert Noyce are considered to be co-inventors of, and of course, without these people, we might not have been experienced the technology that we have today. So we must appreciate all the small things that have been created in this room to make our lives easy. So thank you guys.